So, Jordan Taylor, Ricky Taylor. Wait, actually, what? Taylor brothers? Jordan?
I think Jordan and
Ricky and
Ricky
Jordan.
Taylor.
Yeah, okay.
Ricky and Jordan.
We're our own people.
All right, Wayne
Yeah.
Taylor's kids.
Jordan's brother, Ricky's
Yeah.
brother.
All right.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, all right. Ricky Jordan. All right. Jordan and Ricky Taylor. If you could describe this dinner with racers in one word, what would it be?
Poop socks.
And now for Dinner with Racers, presented by
Continental Tire.
with your hosts, Ryan Eversley and Sean Heckman.
Placeholder radio sound. I'm a driver. I'm very angry. This is the sound of a driver on the radio during a race.
What do you think I should order?
Welcome to Dinner with Racers. My name's Ryan Eversley alongside my co-host, Sean Heckman.
Yeah.
We are about day 30 of a road trip that took us all around the country through 20 states, about 8,000 miles, all in my Acura MDX rolling on Continental tires. And we were able to bring you guys 27 free dinners for you to then criticize on the internet.
So, we look forward to hearing what questions we didn't ask and what we could have done differently when it comes to none other than Ricky and Jordan Taylor.
We really covered all the bases with these guys. And the first story we got into it with them on is remarkable
Yep.
and disgusting.
So just to set the stage, Ricky and Jordan are part of the Taylor family. Their father, Wayne, was a legendary sports car driver for years, then turned team owner, now the owner of Wayne Taylor Racing. His oldest son, Ricky, came into the sport several years ago, instantly fast in Daytona prototypes. His brother, Jordan, came up a few years later, started in GT racing, now also a successful Daytona prototype driver. Both are factory drivers for GM and Chevrolet. Jordan Taylor having won the 2013 Daytona Prototype Championship, the last of the Grand Am Rolex Sports Car Series, also the winner of this year's Le Mans 24 Hours. Ricky having won multiple races in the category, coming very close to winning a championship several years ago, and just two unbelievably talented young drivers.
Jordan, again, makes the chase with the cook-off, and he made pizzas on the green egg that they are both known very well for now, Ricky and Jordan, for their cooking expertise. And we basically just sat down for a meal in Jordan's kitchen and talked about driving for their dad, funny stories, the rivalry between the two of them, who they would punch in the face, and things like that. It was hilarious. We spent hours with them. It was awesome.
So, let's hear it from them themselves once again, courtesy of Continental Tire.
All right, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks
Is,
for making us pizza.
Yeah, no, actually the pizza is very good.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's get right into it. Why are you wearing your own shirt, Ricky?
Well, we were supposed to take pictures of it for the guy for the website, but I should have brought another shirt to wear it in between.
Yeah.
No, that's right. We're not
There's no
known.
excuse.
We're not known for judging or making fun, so it's
Yeah.
cool.
If it makes you feel any better, Patrick Long had this little crustache he was trying to grow
Yeah.
out. And that was the first time I'm like, okay, I got to know. What is that? So you're fine.
So you were saying your dad drops by here like 7 times a day.
I mean, he calls, I'd say, upwards of 10 times a day, and then he'll drive by 4 to 5 times a day, maybe stop by once a day. But he's only 9 houses down from me, so he would drive by, but it doesn't make sense that he turns around like 4 houses down and then goes back to his
Like
house.
you didn't see it.
Yeah.
And Ricky, that's why you're off the grid.
Yeah, I'm off the grid, 20 minutes away, isolated.
Nice. So
Yeah.
when's
So
the last? So does he have a key and he just barges in?
He has the key. He was coming in, redoing the closet when I wasn't home. He put these little mats on the floor so I didn't get the floor dirty. And then he'd like straighten the pillows.
No, is it because you guys can't be trusted with your own home?
In his defense,
Okay.
Ricky's a bit of a mess.
No.
And he would leave the oven on or the toaster on.
No, but I've turned a new leaf since I've had my house, and it's spotless all the time. Emily makes sure of that. But anyway, the alarm system's up and running. He doesn't know the code. He's not
So now
allowed
you're
in
safe.
anymore.
I actually learned something that I didn't know, that you have to take the lint stuff out of the dryer.
What do you mean you didn't know?
Well, how would I know that? They don't teach you that in school.
Yeah, that's correct.
Actually, they
You learned
do
that.
if you go away to school. You kind of learned that the hard way because you get made fun of by 19-year-old chicks.
When you say you learned that, how long ago was that? Because
It was this year.
You've lived here 2 years, though,
Yeah,
right?
it was this year.
So how did you not blow the house up?
That's what.
Is there a
that's
big
what
hole
they
in
were
the
shocked
laundry room?
about.
Yeah.
I didn't know that when I first took it out. It was like a
Because
like
you're
a sock in there.
how old are you? Like 24?
I was 24 when I found out. Yeah.
Is it the first time you
You're
did your own
still
laundry?
24.
Well, I started when I was 23, so a year of that, and then I found out.
So the first time you did your own laundry was 23.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And when you were taking your clothes out of the dryer, weren't you wondering
was-
why they weren't dry?
I was worried. I thought it was normal. Like I was setting it on like an hour, 20 minutes to dry.
Yeah.
What is normal? 'Cause I'm doing like 45 to an hour now.
Yeah, right.
Is that normal?
That's pretty normal.
Yeah, and every dryer is
Yeah.
a little different, but you kind of gauge what level of comfort
I'd
you're
have
at.
to do 2 dries to dry my
Yeah.
jeans and
Yeah,
stuff.
I get it.
And my socks would still come out wet. Yeah. But I didn't know. How would you know that though?
I think you just know.
Yeah. Well, you normally, I don't know about you, Ryan, but my mom when I hit like early teens was done with me doing
Yeah,
with her
I was like
doing
12.
any of my shit. Yeah.
Seriously, I was told him, I was like, oh, you know how to do that now.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I remember Mom would tell us to like make sure our shirts are the right way inside or out. I don't know how she didn't just go off at us for leaving our clothes inside out and stuff, because that is the biggest pain.
Is
Holy
mom
cow.
the strict one and dad's the? Because
No.
I pictured it the other
Dad's
way.
strict.
No, it is the other way.
Yeah, or are they just both like on your crap all the time?
No, Dad is.
Yeah.
I got a weird story though. I don't know if you remember it, but I will always remember it. I was like maybe 4 or 5. And it's the weirdest story. I don't even know if I can get it out because it's that weird. But like we used to like
This is
Here
the
it goes.
place.
Yeah,
this is a
this is-
safe
this is the
place
part,
here.
yeah.
This is a
Someone-
safe place.
someone threw a pair of socks, landed in the toilet that had poop in it. I tell you, it's hard to get out.
Proceed.
It landed in poop all over the socks.
Wait, did we try to flush it?
I don't know what happened,
Your-
but
your-
I always remember
Your mom's like, Wayne, not again. Stop using the
Mom,
socks.
they just take out the poop in the socks. we put it in. I told you. We put it in like a big like wash sink, filled it up, and I always remember like piece of poop floating in the water.
We're like 3 minutes in.
I remember like we had to like physically wipe the poop off the socks, and she made us clean it. So I guess it was like to teach us not to throw socks in the toilet.
We've all been there.
Right?
We've
So-
not all been there.
So I guess now I'm not so surprised at the laundry thing. They're like, we'll handle it. Don't poop in the dryer.
Just get them in the washing machine.
Yeah, just get them in the washing machine.
Yeah, I guess making the basket was a win for the next 15 years of your life.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever told that story before.
Meanwhile, Wayne's like, what? I do it. He's like, that's what we do.
Get an old pair of socks, just flush them.
Yeah. You can get more socks. Okay. Well,
Wow,
Great.
all right.
Great time. Thanks for coming on, guys. That's all we need.
Yeah, because I could see Dad freaking out and just say, flush them, throw the socks away.
No, throw
'Cause,
the
like-
toilet away. Get a new toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my dad likes to fix things immediately. It doesn't matter
Right.
what he has to go through. It just needs to be done right now. Like if your $100 shirt has like a little smudge of something on it, okay, rip it up.
Gone.
I've
Yeah.
seen him rip a pair of jeans to pieces. Do you remember
To
that?
pieces?
Oh, it was a
Wow.
t-shirt
There's like
as well.
a visual
You can just throw it
example.
away. You don't have to
Yeah.
rip it
No,
out.
no,
Just
he
put it in the
ripped it.
trash.
He ripped it. Yeah.
Right.
I
Was it
think-
Well,
had
there's
like a
no
tear-
homeless guy
had
getting
like a
those
tear.
jeans.
Oh, yeah. God
Yeah,
forbid.
yeah.
Goodwill is not getting their hands on those.
Right. Did he do this as like an act of power? Like, let that be
I
a
remember
lesson.
he was proud.
I'm your
Yeah,
dad.
that he could rip it.
He's like, I can rip things. Don't mess with dad.
Well, it wasn't that long ago either. So it's not like we were like little children.
This was at lunch.
We're still bigger than him.
What's the biggest trouble you've gotten in?
Oh man.
Poop socks.
Yeah, but
Food, like, that's a
let's say-
clear story in my head.
if you're
Right.
setting that precedent at
Oh,
5.
I got another story.
Okay,
Like,
here it comes.
man, you guys are getting some weird stories.
Somebody
tonight.
understands podcasts. Like,
So we used to get in trouble, probably a similar age, 5 to 6, and my mom would send me to my room, and just a spider. I would pee in my trash can.
I remember that.
I don't know what it was. I just stand there and I'd pee in the trash can.
like, game on, mom. Was it like a basket?
It was
Like
like,
it
a,
didn't
it was
have-
like a
it was a
no,
solid.
no, it had sides. It wasn't leaking out.
Jordan also one day he had
Man.
he had a friend, Ricky Straker.
Oh yeah, Ricky.
And
That
he was a
wasn't-
bad influence.
That's
on
not
Jordan.
your like alienist.
No.
You're not like
Yeah, no, it's not.
when I turned on Awesome. That's when I became Ricky
My
Stryker.
last name was Straker.
Yeah, leather jacket.
He wasn't such a good influence on Jordan, and
Yeah.
I knew he was bad news. They were probably like 8.
Yeah.
And
A little older.
Jordan's room, we lived on a hill, so Jordan's room, it was still a 1-story house, but Jordan's room was like 2 stories up, and they had tied blankets together like prison inmates, and they were trying to climb out the window.
But we
practiced fire
we put
escapes.
one pillow on the ground
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in case we
Just in
fell.
case.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be safe.
We got in trouble for that one. We weren't bad kids though.
No.
Like the only time I went to the principal's office was when I was really young for breaking one of the school's pencils.
No, Jordan introduced the wet willy to his school.
Yeah.
Had a boy.
He
That
got in
was
trouble
good.
for
I
that.
got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Actually, I did get in trouble a few times.
Did
And
Rick?
then
Did Ricky Straker introduce you to
He
that?
might have.
Yeah, probably. Right. Seems like something you do.
yeah, Ricky's
If I know that guy, that's something he would do.
What the Facebook him? I don't even know what he looks like anymore.
He's dead. No.
Tried to climb out of his room. Jordan Taylor taught me this.
You just tie the sheets together.
He's on a podcast somewhere else right now. He's like, this one guy was a bad influence.
So have you ever apologized to your mom? Because I'm thinking this is the opportunity.
About the poop?
Just
poop?
how you were if you're pissing in wastebaskets
I should apologize to her.
right now.
But I mean, I tell her I love her every day.
All
She's
right.
not going to listen
I
to
kiss
this.
her
I'm just
goodbye.
saying, you got a phone, you got a speakerphone.
I'm sorry, Mom, that I peed in your trash can.
Sorry, I peed in the can.
And I pooped on my socks.
So it was you that did it.
I definitely did it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Because you could always blame
Well,
it
I'm
on
the
your
one who
brother.
cleaned it.
Wait,
so
how
if
did-
he did it, I had to clean it.
Wait, so the socks went in first?
I just remember the poop
Oh, so
and the
you-
socks were all
Socks
mixed.
first, and then see. I thought you like wiped with the socks,
No, it definitely wasn't that.
or
I
tried
think,
the rim job a sock. You know, like
So you don't touch the seat?
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was that advanced at that age.
You knew to piss in a trash can to get revenge.
That's
That's
true.
a good revenge.
It was, wasn't
yeah,
it?
you're like, okay, I know where you're gonna clean
Yeah.
up.
So if anyone ever takes you out on track, you just go to their trailer and you pee in their trash can.
Yes, or their helmet.
Or their helmet.
'Cause,
Or
I
you
mean,
poop and their poop in their socks.
Poop in their socks.
And then they put the sock on. Think about that.
Yeah.
You poop it in the
in
sock.
the bottom, right?
And then you put your sock on and you've got the poop on your foot.
Now, if this gets out, like, if it
Then
ever
they'll
happens
know.
to
Then
anybody,
they'll know.
no, if I'm like, if I'm
Well-
Townsend Bell right now, I'm pooping in someone's socks.
Yeah, but
being
yeah.
like, it was Jordan Taylor. Like, I didn't
What's that
do it.
supposed to be?
Yeah.
Daytona has been canceled due to a typhoid outbreak.
You guys are notorious. I think I've been participated in it as well for putting out fun things that clearly are like we did the
Music
the
video.
Music video. You guys did the first one down
Yeah.
here,
And then Continental Tire got involved
and
in
then
that
Continental
one.
Tire on our. They did the third one, right?
Third one, yeah.
So the second one was
Oh, yeah,
Florida,
the second
Atlanta.
one, yeah.
And we did that, and like I mean, not that it's like high production quality or anything, but I don't know that the fans realize we did that in like a couple hours.
Yeah.
Like really quickly. Our friend let
With
us borrow a
little,
police car.
yeah, and a little camera.
Yeah, a little handheld camera with
It
a
was
little
stationary,
like,
yeah, a little
stationary
tripod.
camera, and the
It never
tripod.
moved.
Tripod's like 12 inches. Yeah, it's this little tiny thing. And I remember when we set it up at the bottom of the hill, and you guys were walking down the hill in the infield. Like I was like, they probably can't see the camera 'cause it's just so small, you know. And then we did the one at Kansas,
Yeah.
and Continental actually put money into that.
Yeah, that was-
But it's not like we're getting paid to do that stuff.
No.
Like no one's getting paid to do that.
Yeah.
It's just
No, it's
fun
fun.
and games.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And Gurney and Fogarty got involved.
That to me was the highlight of the whole
Yeah.
thing because I didn't know that. I mean, you guys race against them, so I'm sure you have like some interaction.
but not like that.
Yeah, but I'd never even spoken to those
No,
guys
because
before.
I even have an email from you because Gurney emailed me a script
That's
for
right.
that
that's
video,
right.
and I
yeah,
I sent it to you, and you're like, "That's from Alex Gurney, like
yeah, he had the
Dan
ti-
Gurney's son."
right. Meanwhile, Dan Gurney's like, "What did you do?
Yeah.
Like, you're not my son."
Actually,
Yeah,
on,
that
that,
was fun.
on that note, your dad is, you know, the team is known as being fairly buttoned up. Your dad appears, I don't know, but he appears to be fairly buttoned up. So how does he react to you guys doing what you do?
I mean, he asked a lot of questions, but the good thing is Konica Minolta loves it.
Yeah.
So, like the CEO, the American CEO, Rick Taylor, everyone thinks we're related because his last name's Taylor.
Weird.
But he's known my dad since.
His name's your brother's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats on the company, by the way.
I was named after him.
Yeah, right.
But like they
It's a
love
long-term
it.
plan
They
to
love
my
all
dad.
the fun stuff. So, I mean, he likes all my Instagram posts. He retweets a bunch of Twitter stuff, so they encourage it. And when I had the mullet, they were all disappointed that I cut it off because it was a huge attention grabber. So
Right.
they're all into weird stuff, which is nice for us.
Yeah.
I remember when we had Ricky in the trash can,
Oh yeah.
and somebody like threw a Ganassi hero card
Yeah.
or something. Adam Stahl actually did it, who Sean knows very well. And I remember your dad walked up, and to me that was like the best thing of the whole thing, because I'm like, good. I get to see him like just so disappointed or whatever, and he's just like, why is Ricky in a trash can? That's all he said. I'm like, yes, I can go home. Like, I don't even need to race. I'm good. Yeah, that
He
was
definitely he's on Facebook now, I think. Kind of incognito.
Now he's trying not to. He doesn't think we know.
Yeah, he doesn't
But-
even know.
Does he have like a pseudonym or something?
Well, we probably shouldn't say.
Okay.
So people just randomly friend request.
But-
Well, he
but
he
like
probably
it-
wouldn't even know what friend request is, though.
But did he tell you, or you just kind of figured out like,
No,
wait a minute?
I think my mom told us.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Dad's on Facebook
Who
now.
is this Wayne Tyler?
Yeah.
How'd you guys?
But he definitely sees it all because he'll mention like, just saw your weird video.
Is it like in a
last week."
condescending way? So I saw your video.
Usually it is, and then I'll like laugh about it, and then he'll be like, "That was pretty funny though." Like,
Every now and then, he's upset. Like he thinks Jordan crossed the line with some
Yeah,
stuff,
sure.
but most of the time, like he wants to be in a video. Like
he was
he's-
in the one. He was in the last one. The guitar. He always wanted to play
Yeah.
guitar.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. No, but he was. I think the one time where I got worried that he got upset was when it was close to crossing the line,
I think I know
the flag.
when you wrapped yourself in the
Yeah.
flag.
So the story goes, we won Le Mans. We go to Watkins Glen, and IMSA puts up a congratulatory flag in front of Corvette Racing for Le Mans, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, Corvette got a flag, and I didn't get one.
I'd like a flag.
Yeah, I'd like a flag. So like during the weekend, I ran over and stole it, like joking around, and like ran around with it. And then at the end of the weekend, I actually stole it. So I stole the flag, and I thought like,
From your employer.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
From him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It was
so,
IMSA's flag,
well, I
yeah.
thought it was Corvette's flag.
Right.
So I get home, I have the flag on my house. I'm all proud of it. I'm like putting it up on my wall. And I think, was it like the next week
yeah.
that
Well,
we
you
hear-
forgot it. You missed a. You
Oh, I missed a race.
you forgot to take it to
I
the
forgot
next
to take it to the
race.
next race. Well, I wasn't gonna take it to the next race. That's the thing. I was gonna just keep it.
It was just yours.
'Cause I thought it was mine now. I thought it
finders
was
keepers.
just one
Yeah,
race
yeah.
thing.
Finders
You,
keepers.
So
you
then-
found it legitimately in front of their paddock.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I was part of it.
Yeah, sure.
Was my argument, and and then a bunch of people were asking because a lot of people found out that I have it,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people were asking like, oh, like why didn't you bring it back? And I'm like, oh no, I just
'Cause
I didn't
it's
think I
mine
needed
now.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so Corvette's like laughing about it, and then the following week IMSA finds out, and in their meeting
Womp womp.
they're like, we have a lot of flags missing. Does anyone know where they like? We're missing a different flag. We're missing
Like one of the feather
Oh, no.
banners or
Yeah,
something.
Wait. Is this in the IMSA like drivers meeting?
no. This is in an IMSA meeting in Daytona.
Like within their office.
Oh,
Private meeting.
An
Oh,
unknown source may or may not have told somebody.
well,
I should say because it sounds like
man.
it's like it sounds like a third grade school teacher thing. Like I don't know who did it, but somebody wants to
I'm
come
sure
up.
someone feels
well,
really
there's
bad.
There's a part before the story, before that meeting, is that I knew people wanted the flag back, so I wrapped myself in it naked
You're like,
and,
"Sure you want it back?"
posted it saying, "I'll bring it back to you the next race. You might want to wash it though." And so I wrapped myself naked and posted it.
By the way, thanks for the paycheck.
And then the following week, we hear that IMSA is talking about a bunch of flags missing, and then Scott Atherton stands up and says, "Has anybody checked if it's wrapped around Jordan Taylor?" So then I had to return the flag the next race.
Nice.
And has anyone touched it?
I mean, I told them
It's
that
right.
I
where you
didn't
left
wash it.
It's
yeah.
right where you left it. Yeah.
Yeah.
On that same kind of page, Corvette, obviously GM, known for being very high and tight. You know, everybody's got to be wearing the same outfits unless you're obviously Antonio Garcia
Yeah.
with the
Great
pants. Like,
pants.
what's that guy doing?
Great pants. Come on.
Do you ever get any sort of shit from those guys? Like,
From GM?
Does anybody at GM ever go like, dude, stop?
Not management wise, driver wise.
Yeah, we don't care about that. Like
Yeah.
the people that make the decisions
No,
there. Really?
definitely not. Like Doug Feehan.
Everybody there seems like they have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like they seem like they're on
They
board,
do.
but at the end of the day, it's GM.
But I also worry, like, I don't know how much everyone sees,
Uh-huh.
but then Mark Royce, who's like global product development follows me on Twitter. Jim Campbell, who runs
Yeah.
the
Vice
American
president of like the whole
Motorsports,
thing, yeah.
he follows me on Twitter, so I'm sure they're seeing all of this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
But they never mention it. But
Right.
I guess if they haven't mentioned anything, it's okay.
Or just one day.
One day I'll get here.
He'll be like, wait, didn't I drive a Corvette?
Well, I
second.
think the one like great thing that happened that like I actually heard about that was positive was when I showed up at Le Mans this year, and those fans called the Nerdmans brought me a Fonzie.
A Fonzie, yeah.
Yeah. So like Doug Feehan couldn't believe that like I had a fan base
Right.
They would have
in
a stuffed
France
animal.
that
yeah.
came from Spain to France, and they brought the stuffed animal. So it's like it's amazing like how this reaction.
Yeah.
So just keep doing what you're doing.
They're like, we're getting you another dog.
Did you know they had done that, or did that catch you
No.
off guard?
Yeah, well, the year before, they weren't called the Nerdmans, and they had a huge banner with a mullet sign on it
Yeah.
when I had the
Wow.
mullet, and they were on the same corner in the driver's parade, and then the week of this year's race, they sent me a tweet like, keep an eye out for us, here's our flag, the Nerdman's flag. So as soon as I was getting up close to that corner, I saw them, and I jumped off the car and ran over to them, and then they had the Fonzie.
Right.
And then on the podium, the video of me screaming Fonzie, they were down on the left.
Okay.
So I could see, I saw them, and then I was shouting to them.
Right.
And then, yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
You got to drive at Le Mans with the Labra
Yeah.
team?
Yeah.
Is that something you're going to get another shot at, you think?
Maybe.
Yeah.
This
they
is
wanna-
Ricky, by the way.
Is it hard to understand like our voices?
Well, I can tell because I'm looking at you, but
Yeah.
it's hard to. I
No,
don't
I
know.
can tell.
Should we,
totally.
should we
Can
say
you?
like Jordan and then Tom?
No, no.
Okay,
We're
this
not
is
doing that.
Ricky.
If you know what the Labra competition team is, you know I'm talking
Yeah,
to Ricky.
Ricky.
So yeah,
That's true.
shut up, Jordan.
want a
Yeah,
carrot?
no, carrot, little carrot.
So this is Ricky.
All right, we're done. We're shutting it off. Shut it off.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they really want. They've talked a lot about doing a WEC program.
Yeah.
And obviously they'd get to the Corvette factories going to the new car this year, and the AM cars would be last year's cars
Sure.
basically. So that opens something up for them. But they actually were talking quite a bit about doing a pro car, which I don't know if Pratt Miller's even building that many Corvettes.
Sure.
I know that they really feel loyal to Corvette, and so that's always an opportunity. And the problem this year with them was that they had a pro and an AM that kind of lived together.
Okay.
So there wasn't a gold seat available
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that team, unfortunately. But I had a good experience with them 2 times in the
Sure.
P2 car and the Corvette.
If you could make the schedule work, would you do a WEC season?
Yeah, of course. That'd be good seat time, and great to see all those tracks and expose yourself to, the European racing world.
Right.
So, because I mean, it's amazing how all the racing that we do here, they don't know what's going on, or they don't know what's going on. I feel like we
Right.
have a pretty good idea of what's going on
Yeah,
out
but
there.
they're not necessarily looking over
America's so isolated.
When Jordan was making pizza earlier, he literally was running everywhere. Like he would run from the edge of the counter to the fridge and back,
Yep.
and then to the grill. Is that a normal thing? Like, is he always like?
Well, he wants everything to be just right.
Yeah.
And everything's very methodical. Like you saw me eating without a plate.
And he was just
I
probably.
was amazed that he let it go for that long. It
Well,
went
it's
for
'cause we're here, right?
2.5
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with the condition of this kitchen right now.
Oh no,
It looks horrible.
He is
everybody.
so
Yeah.
upset that you came to eat at his house.
Yeah.
It is a mess.
Oh,
if
man.
if you would have not been making fun of me for 5 minutes, I would have cleaned that whole kitchen up. But I felt
Wow.
so rushed to get on this podcast.
This is a mess to you.
Oh, this is
Oh,
a
this is-
disaster.
You're so
Okay.
sweet.
And
Disaster.
pizzas are the
You're
pizzas are the
gonna
worst
make-
thing for Jordan.
You're
as
gonna
well.
make some lady very, very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricky, what's it like at your place?
Well, spotless now.
It's
he
like
says.
this.
Well, Jordan
It's
actually
like this.
Jordan taught me. He taught me clean as you go, clean as you go.
That's a good line
And
to remember.
that is pretty
Jordan,
good.
Jordan says that all the time, and just clean,
Mm-hmm.
make something dirty, clean it, make something dirty, clean
And then
it,
it doesn't build up on you.
and it doesn't build up, and so I keep it pretty clean.
Can I have a paper
But
towel? And I'll feel
historically,
bad
Love
that
to
I.
give you
I've
a
been a
piece of
messy
paper.
one.
I'm sorry.
Look at that.
Well, I know.
table.
I literally was just like, oh no.
I know, and Sean's got a
Yeah,
glass
I
over
about to say
there
I'm
too.
gonna make a disaster for you.
Unbelievable.
You're gonna lose your mind.
I know.
once
You don't
I'm
have
done here.
coasters?
I don't have coasters because
Oh, okay.
I don't
So-
have
so-
guests come to my house.
So it's our fault that you don't have coasters. Got it.
Does Fonzie have a Twitter account?
No, someone else made him an Instagram account though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we had
Someone else that you know.
I met him at a race.
Okay, but not
Yeah.
like
But
it's
yeah,
not like
like-
Ricky's not
No,
doing it.
yeah,
He's not messing with it. Yeah.
We were with Brian Clausen from USAC a couple nights ago, and his dog Chevy has his own Twitter account. And I'm okay with somebody having their dog have a Twitter account, but Brian Clausen and at Chevy Clausen will interact with each other, and that's where I lose my mind.
Does he control both of them?
Well, yeah,
His
the two
girlfriend
caveats are
does.
his girlfriend does, but when I kind of called him out, and he's like, well, don't blame me, blame my 3,000 followers. And that dog has 3,600 followers. So I'm curious
man.
if Fonzie did this versus Chevy Clausen, who would probably be the more popular one? Because Chevy's got some loyal fans.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, Fonzie's got some fans,
For sure.
but
I tweeted a picture of the pizza and like an hour ago, and someone's like, "It won't be official till Fonzie's in the photo." Jeez,
well,
it's really him. It's really Jordan.
Brian Clouse probably has more followers, so he probably has more people behind Chevy. But I think I've got some loyal Fonzie people out there.
For sure. It's the
Yeah.
difference between like Craigslist versus Facebook.
What does that mean?
Just
Yeah,
saying, like
I don't
there's
follow.
there's probably fewer people on Craigslist, but you don't. You know,
Well,
they're
Yeah,
loyal
but
people.
they're keeping an eye
yeah,
on
yeah, they're keeping their eye
I
on
was
things.
also thinking like a lot of people on Instagram, like you look at like a random IndyCar driver, and he's got like 20,000 followers,
Yeah.
and then I've got 10,000, but I'll get twice the likes.
Yeah,
So
because
it's-
they paid for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yep.
you got more followers, but it's like the quality of the people.
Didn't
like,
I show you the Twitter audit?
Oh yeah,
website?
I check
Yeah.
everyone out.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, Jordan totally takes claim for that. He's like, let me show you something.
really.
Let's look at their
Really?
statistics here. You've got 25,000 followers.
Like over here in the
There's
green. This is what this is a solid number here. Yeah, interesting.
Because Emily,
Ryan.
or someone,
That's Jordan talking.
someone was so excited. They had someone follow them, and they had like 50,000 followers, and they were like, "Oh, this person must be famous." And Jordan's like, "Let me check that out. That's not a real famous person."
Yeah, that's a fake account.
Ricky, is there anybody that gets you excited when they follow you? Because perfect example, it's like I probably have like 5 followers on
You're
Instagram.
welcome.
Yeah, thanks,
You're
Ryan.
welcome.
I have like 5 followers on Instagram, but for some reason, the last 2 or 3 photos I posted, Tommy Kendall's liked all of them. And commented. I'm
yeah.
like, that's a win to me. I'm
Yeah.
good. You know, is there anybody you've seen and you're like, oh my god?
I don't know. A lot of racing people. I mean, Jan followed me a couple days ago.
All right.
Magnuson, and that got me excited.
Okay, that's crappy. Like he should already follow you.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't follow me.
You're in the same camp
You're,
here.
right? Yeah, you're basically teammates. He's driven for
Well,
your dad, right?
The surprising one is Richard Westbrook on Facebook.
Really?
I think me,
Oh, yeah.
Jordan, and Richard, none of us wanted to friend request each other.
Because you didn't want to be the first.
And we don't want to be the
But
first.
that's even funnier because we're like all probably best friends in the paddock.
And you're probably
He's
sitting
our
next to each
closest
other
guy.
on laptops.
Yeah.
We're on the same
Don't
plane.
do it.
like,
Don't do it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm
It's
gonna
like
do
an
it.
awkward situation.
How many times have you been mistaken for each other? I mean, I know it's like
Holy, no, every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Once a day.
Infinity.
right at the
Yeah.
bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
And I wear glasses when I drive. And I walk around.
First time I saw that, like I noticed, I'm like, wait, like the helmet, but I didn't know you wore glasses. And
Actually,
you guys look spot
that
on.
is what my dad gets the most angry at me for.
Well,
I'll
it's
forget.
it's
I'll forget my glasses every now and then.
Weird.
yeah.
I can't see
Why,
when I'm driving
yeah,
his race
why
car.
would you not get mad at that?
He's like,
No,
you know how
but
much this thing
Jo-
costs?
The
Yeah.
problem is I wear them around the paddock, and Jordan told me, Ricky, you can't do that anymore.
That's my look. Yeah.
Because when I'm searching through my motorsport.com pictures, my Jordan Taylor is under all of your pictures.
I can't have that. But I guess the plus, I'll have more pictures.
Right.
So I'll
Right.
see more favors.
Right.
You should just, with your shirts, you should just have one that says Ricky. And
Yeah.
one that says Jordan,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
That's
Easy.
just making the matter worse.
Yeah. You just gotta get your haircuts exactly the same, same outfits.
So Ricky was during the mullet days. Was it easier for you?
Oh, probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely was.
Those are the
was.
golden days of
Yeah.
being Ricky Taylor.
I was
Yeah.
invisible at that point. Yeah, it's just.
No, I mean, hold on. When you drove like Daytona prototypes and I was in GT,
Yeah, no,
I
that
was
was-
I
those
was
are the
Ricky's
days.
brother.
Sure.
Oh.
I wasn't Jordan.
Isn't that your Twitter account now? Like, don't you have that?
I do have
Yeah.
that.
He's got a second account.
Oh, really?
Ricky's
At Ricky's brother?
Yeah.
It was really good.
I should start
It
doing
was
that
good.
again.
Yeah.
That was good.
We can take it over.
Yeah,
You want- you want
give
it?
us the password. That'll be
got
the
it.
rest of the week. We talked to Andy Lally, one of the first shows we did, and I knew the story, so I kind of loaded it just to get some insight. And we talked about how he gets mistaken for Andy Pilgrim, even though one's
All the
English,
time.
and you
Yeah.
know,
And
and
totally
people come up to him and say like, "Man, that Cadillac's something else," and he's like, "Yeah, it looks pretty cool." You know? Like, so I'm sure you guys get it all the time. I've heard people call you Ricky Jordan. Like
Yeah.
like multiple. Oh yeah, we're good. Ricky Jordan's driving that car, and you're like, well, technically, yeah,
Both of
both
them
of them
are,
are
yeah.
driving that car. But,
It is odd. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and so many people then like other people say we don't look at all alike.
those are idiots. Those are idiots. Those are called idiots. Yeah. Whenever I think about the Taylor brothers, I picture Lee Diffie calling it on the race because like young Jordan Taylor. It's like 6 years of hearing that. You're like, we get it. He's young. He's Jordan Taylor. Like just call him JT or something. You know, it's like kind of going down the DP theme. You've gotten to drive the P2 car
Yeah.
at Le Mans, right?
Yeah.
And what was it? It was a
was a Morgan.
Orca? Oh, the Morgan. That's
So
right.
the generation before the Ligier.
Yeah, right. Okay. And then have you driven a proper
No.
carbon tub? Or
A
anything?
proper car.
Well, proper tub, I should
No,
say. I think
no.
DPs are badass, but that's where this question's going.
Yeah.
You've obviously driven Spirit of Daytona's DP, your dad's DP, a bunch of them, and then the P2 car, the Corvette GT car, and you've also raced like Star Mazdas. Did you?
Yeah, I did one race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually John Pugh's car. I drove John
okay.
Pugh's car.
Why? How did that come together?
He broke his collarbones in that Montreal
The
crash.
big one.
Yeah.
We were talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
that the other day. I was like,
We're
John
like
Pugh was right in the middle of that.
18
Yeah.
cars ran into each other.
Yeah.
That
so
was huge.
so
Yeah.
we sat down with Bob Varsha, and his son Matt was in that race.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so that's
Yeah.
how we. And I'm like, do you know John Pugh was in that crash? And he was like out there with all these kids, and he's like, I'm doing it. Yeah, I love that guy.
But
It's
it's
like hell
amazing.
yeah, John Pugh.
Even Star Mazda had a lot of gentlemen.
Yeah,
drivers.
they had
Yeah.
like
Did.
they had like a masters
A
class or
masters,
something.
yeah.
And there's John Pugh out there like mixing it up with like like Marco Andretti's speed or whatever. You know, it's like whatever.
Well, speaking of Masters class, I'm sure this has been talked about 1,000 times, but what happened when your dad decided he wanted to run with you guys last year?
I think we.
We had to work. We had to really convince him.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh,
No,
really? That came
yeah.
from you guys?
Yeah, I
It
remember
was his
that.
idea, and then he didn't want to do it. And then
Because then he started thinking about it.
yeah,
and
like once he got
realized
to the track, he's like,
he's like,
I don't
"I'm gonna
want to
have
get back in the
start working out,"
car.
and yeah.
And like it was weird how it all happened too. Like the January test came, and he'd do like 3 laps at a time.
There's a funny story about the test day.
I don't remember what was it.
He's
seat
going
belts?
around- He's going around the track, yeah, and he's going around the track, and he said, "I need to pit, guys. Seatbelts have come off." Seatbelts don't just come off. I think he really needed a pit. He was
Yeah.
tired. He needed a pit.
Touch him until he got on pit lane. He's like, boop.
And then in the race, no one knows this either, but I think we finished second that
He
year.
pooped in his socks.
But he gets in the car and he was only going to do one stint in the race, so it's going green, and he never wanted to like go over with us in the meetings like what the steering wheel, all the buttons do, and the buttons and the dash.
Isn't that kind of important?
Yeah, and he's like, I know what it does. I'll just read it.
It's like a sense of pride. He's
Yeah.
like, you don't tell me, kids.
Yeah, I've been there.
We didn't need buttons.
Yeah,
in my day.
right. I won this race. Yeah, you're like, okay.
So we're
Where's my leather helmet?
and goggles.
Hand me my goggles, Jordan. Yeah.
And we're going green, and they're like, all right, switch to map 2. We're going green. And then he's coming out of the bus stop, and then all the telemetry screens just go off. And he pushed the stop button on the car.
Nice.
He turned the car off, leaving the bus stop. And everyone's starting to go, and he's like, he said it was all black because the black light in the car
black.
went off. He's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I couldn't find the buttons. I thought I blew the engine. And he found the start button and kept going. And we finished second.
Because it's not like he doesn't get out and test or anything with you guys,
no,
right? Like when he was
never.
out of
No,
the car, he
never-
was out of the car.
He didn't drive for
3
2
years,
years.
yeah.
3
Yeah.
years, yeah.
How quick did he get?
He held off Kanan for like 4 or 5 laps.
For 4 or 5, man.
Like
That's good.
I think
Yeah.
I tweeted that. I was like,
Right.
that was awesome.
Hey, DK.
Yeah. Indy
Which
500 winner.
I mean, it's funny because people were expecting him to get in and be like a second off, which a
Honestly,
second
yeah.
off is hard.
Right, but I honestly thought he'd be like 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did really well. I mean, he probably wasn't that close, but
Yeah.
He did well.
like in
I
traffic
mean,
and everything.
But look
you
at
know
there
how
were a lot
it
of
is
cars.
when you
who's
don't
setting
drive.
that pace.
Yeah.
You know, that
Yeah.
pace is being set by the best guys.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean Scott Dixon's
Of
there.
NASCAR,
Yeah.
IndyCar, you know,
Everyone.
XF1. It's
And
massive.
I mean, you think about a track like Daytona, with all the heavy brake zones. He's a little guy.
Yeah.
You lose.
That is your dad, you know.
Yeah, no, he'll say he's a little guy. I got him a bike for his birthday, and I got my mom a bike for his birthday. My mom rides a bigger bike than he does.
Right.
So he's about to find that out. But like you go around Daytona, and it's not easy. You lose a tenth a corner.
Right.
That's a little bit in the brake zone, everywhere, and you're a second and a half off.
Yeah.
And I mean, for him not to have the feeling, you know how it is when
if
you
don't
get out of
drive
the car for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And-
super hard.
And carbon brakes
And then
for
he's
him.
getting into like the premier prototype class in the
Yeah.
country, so it's not like he's like, I'm doing
Yeah.
an ST race this weekend, figure it out. So kind of where that question went to before we went on a John Pugh tangent.
What were we
was,
talking about?
the DP gets a lot of hate from people that don't drive race cars, which is always funny to me. Compare the DP to the P2 car you got to race. Like, can you compare the two cars for us, for the people at home that know more than we do?
I think as like the Grand Am, like I feel like I'm part of the Grand Am club that's come up here and everybody hates us.
Sure.
But I love the DPs.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like you're really manhandling the car. You have to use a lot of brake pressure. I mean, just the feeling through the steering wheel. It feels like a proper race car. You've got a lot of power. Just it's very immersive and everything. And then you go to the P2 car, and I was a little bit disappointed actually. I mean, they're technologically very cool cars.
Yeah.
But didn't have a lot of power. Felt like a sewing machine.
Sure.
And engine wise, and then when you go into a brake zone, you just touch the brake a little bit. Everything's very light, and just turn the steering wheel lightly, and it's very boring. The DP, you're just like,
you have to get on
brake
top
with
of it.
1,500 pounds of pressure, like the car's sliding, it's all over the place, and it's a lot of fun to drive. You're really manhandling it, but the P2 car is very sensitive, and it's not what I expected.
Right.
You have to be gentle with all the controls, and everything seems to happen slower, although it's doing the same lap
It's
time.
just as quick.
But
yeah.
definitely feels light. Like through the Porsche curves at Le Mans was super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a very different car, and I think for 17, hopefully it'll be somewhere in the middle. Seeing as it'll be a totally new class.
Right.
But I mean, technologically though, they're super cool cars, and I'm
Yeah.
sure the racing will still be good.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they'll kind of, because the U.S. class is quite a bit quicker than over there, they'll kind of make them pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
You obviously defend the DP because that's what you've like made your name in, and I get it because I get for driving front wheel drive Civics in the ST class, and I'm like, hey, Michael Valiante comes down to the ST class. He's not exactly like killing everybody. He's doing a great job, and he wins.
It's all
but
relative.
It's like it's all relative. And to me, a racer would never put down a type like I want to jump in a Sprint Cup car yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to do a Daytona 500 so
Yeah.
bad. I want to drive the Indy 500 so bad, a Baja truck,
Yeah.
a monster truck. Like I just want to drive anything I get my hands on. And I've seen your posts, and you know who I'm talking about, where you've been like, dude, it's a badass race car.
Yeah.
Like, is it because, here's my theory, is because IMSA or ALMS and Grand Am were rivals, and Grand Am went the tube frame cheaper way to build a car, and they had at one point like 24 DPs, and IMSA kind of went with the European stuff, and they'd have like 6-car races, which is fine. They were good races and hard to win. But I think when it became like, this is the car you have to run because we're merging, people are like, I don't like being told that, and you've just had to like kind of defend it.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I did for a while.
Yeah.
And I felt like I put up a good fight for them.
Right.
It's kind of died off now, but I mean, those people still have the same beliefs about, NASCAR's just making the DP better than the P2 car. But I mean, you look at the stats. We get breakdown split reports of every practice session of the year, and the Shank car led, 80% of the practice sessions.
Yeah.
Fastest car on track. So I mean, it's not like they're not fast. They should win a lot of races.
Yeah.
They just haven't
They
been
just
able
had
to.
bad things happen. to them a
Yeah.
lot of
So
times,
I mean, it's not like the DPs are, BOP'd to be better than them.
Right.
It's just the way the races go. And I mean, there's one P2 car, so don't expect 1 out of 10 cars to win the race every
exactly.
time.
And that one
We've
car
got the numbers.
has a gentleman driver
Yeah.
as a starter, and you guys have
Exactly.
2 pros that are doing the same lap time. That's a disadvantage.
Yeah,
so-
you would think so.
Right.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but it pisses me off that a successful business with a ton of resources would possibly invest into sports car racing.
What? Yeah, so DPs are cool.
Yeah, I mean, just like Ricky said, as a driver, you enjoy driving it. I mean, Michael Valiente always said he loved driving the car because you could manhandle it and you slide it around, and you look at an onboard of a DP and you see the guy fighting it and it looks fun, and
Yeah.
you look at an onboard of a P2 car and it looks really smooth and everything. So, I mean, some people probably like that. Some people like DP.
Sure.
Just difference of opinion, and
And
I
mean,
know just as a driver I enjoy it.
But it's a
DP
badass
has
race
become-
car.
It is.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, the cool thing about the DP race, I mean, I guess you could say it's kind of NASCAR as well, but the amount of engineering that goes behind a relatively simple car
Yeah.
is amazing. Like our guys in Pratt and Miller and Dallara, I mean, the studies that they do between races is incredible. They speak a different, like, it's amazing from when I started in DPs in 2008 till now. The level of engineering
Right.
behind it is unbelievably
Yeah.
high,
Yeah.
and simulations and
Yeah.
all sorts of like. I remember when we first got the Dallara DP, they had like an aero map from the wind tunnel, and it was like, okay, we go P16 here, that's this percentage aero balance change, whatever, and I was like, wow, that's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And now they're doing like, okay, springs will change the aero balance like this, and I'm like, oh, springs change the aero balance.
Yeah.
And it's like all these different things, and they're like, oh, the sim says this and this, and they come to the track so prepared now, and
Yeah.
if we have any bit of input, they're like, okay, we've got this change ready for you, and we can just adapt so fast. And I mean, the series has become super competitive
Yeah.
like that. And if you're not right on top of your game, I mean, it doesn't matter what car you have. You have to be on it at all times. It's pretty cool.
And Dallara builds our chassis, and they do a lot of the work for us engineering wise. And people say like we've got no technology, and like engineering wise we're so far behind. But Dallara builds and designs the Porsche and Audi LMP1 cars. They work with Ferrari F1.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're just working out of our garage here in
Yeah.
our house to
Made it
fix the
yourself.
car. So
Right.
a lot of people see the car and they think, it doesn't, obviously it's not the coolest looking thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not, it doesn't look as advanced as an Audi P1 car, but it's the same people building it.
What does it look like from the cockpit?
I mean,
Like a
it's
race
good
car.
view.
Yeah, it looks like a race car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, so speaking of Dallara, they are known for making all of the IndyCar chassis right now. I don't think this is a Dallara behind me,
It's a
but
G-Force.
it's a G-Force. But so we're sitting in your kitchen, and there's an entire Target number 333 tub sitting here.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Well, I know Ryan has a story, but I haven't heard it yet. But my dad and Max managed Ryan Briscoe
Right.
and kind of brought him to America from Toyota Formula One, and Ganassi was his first ride, and I think he crashed a few cars that year. And my dad asked for one, and we got one. I don't know where it came from, but Ryan seems to know where it came from.
Okay, I know exactly where it came from. So G-Force was a Panos company at the end, I
Yeah.
believe, and so this is like
2005.
No, when I found where
Oh,
my
you got
story
it?
comes in, I think it was like 5, maybe 6 years ago, and Brian Sellers and I were. He was moving or something, and he had a bunch of stuff to throw away, and so his wife worked at the time for IMSA, American Le Mans or whatever, and so they said, hey, if you need to dump a bunch of stuff in the dumpster behind the shop, just come in like whenever, and you can throw away stuff in the thing. And so he's like clearing out his garage or something, and so myself and this guy Chris Meredith and Brian Sellers are like, yeah, let's go dump trash. So we go and we take all these like old boxes and whatever. We get there, and that chassis is sitting nose up
No.
Really?
against the dumpster, and we're like, holy shit. I mean, for the people that don't know what it looks like, it's a fully painted up Ganassi Target 33.
So it was painted up?
Just like that.
Really?
Just like that.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah. It's got to be.
No
Yeah.
way.
It's got to be.
And they were throwing it away?
Yeah.
But why
I
was
like
it all
it was just-
decaled up, though?
They were done with it.
That's crazy.
So
They told us they painted up for us.
check this out. So we're like, oh my, we got to take this. We'll build a simulator out of it, like exactly what you did. And we're like, totally. So it's in the dumpster, so it's trash, right? So we're like, we're taking it. So we load it in the back of Chris Meredith's truck.
You took it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's in the
Stolen
dumpster.
IndyCar.
Yeah. So we take it, we put it in the back of his truck, and we drive out of there, and we take it to Chris's house, and we're like hosing it down and like scrubbing it and getting it all clean, and there's like some raw carbon stuff on it in the back, and we're like cleaning up, and I'm like, oh, this is where you put the computer computer right here, and then we'll like wire through, and we're
Exactly what we did.
exactly exactly right. So we're like, this is gonna be easy. So we get the thing, and Stellars is like, yeah, totally cool, and tells Jamie, and Jamie's like, his wife Jamie, is like, I don't know if that's okay. And we're like, it was in the dumpster, and she's like, yeah, it's probably fine. So the next day, she like asks somebody, and is like, hey, is it okay that we took this thing? And the guy's like, we threw away a chassis? And so it like gets run up to the top, and somebody's like starting to put the thing together, like maybe we shouldn't throw away chassis. So someone's like, no, can you please bring that back? Like, we need that. And we were like, no.
So Ryan cleaned it all up
So
for you.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
yeah. So we brought it back like reluctantly, like all like.
So it would have been yours had she not said
It'd
anything.
probably been Sellers, fair
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
fair,
Brian, sure.
because Jamie was the one that got us to throw away the scrap or whatever. So, but we would have had access to it, and now it sits with a giant Homer Simpson in it
In my kitchen.
in your kitchen, not being used at all.
Sorry.
Yeah, hey,
to
you know,
disappoint
enjoy
you.
it.
I'll sell it to you.
Oh yeah, for free, $3.99.
Yeah.
You're like, if you can get it out of here, it's yours. But yeah, that's it's so funny. I walked in, I'm like, oh right, I forgot you had this. Yeah.
How do I steal it back?
Is Briscoe a cool guy?
Yeah, yes. I mean, the first time I met him, he picked me up from middle school.
Yeah.
And when he was driving for Toyota Formula One, I'm like, oh my gosh,
Okay,
a Formula One
so
driver.
you knew he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like,
well, yeah.
you're not my dad.
Yeah.
No, he was sitting in the back.
He was sitting in the back.
It was Max and my dad in the front seats.
Yeah.
And Ryan was in the back with us three.
And he had like an afro back then, like
Yeah.
a blonde afro. Yeah, that was
That guy
cool.
fucks. Waiting for it. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I saw you smiling. I wasn't sure
Man,
what you were doing. You kept looking at him.
So kind of on that note, we've asked this of a couple of different guys, and you guys have grown up in a racing family. You're both very active on social media, and you kind of get how this world works. So, very generic question, but who gets it in the sport? Do you think?
Like in particular or in general?
A specific
Either
name.
way. No, yeah. Like who gets it and why?
I think someone who, takes it seriously at the track, and it's business, and then can have a nice life away from the track is the one who gets it.
Who fits that description for you?
I
Ryan
mean, someone
Everson.
like Ryan, Andy Lally, like anyone who's
It's basically anybody from Atlanta.
a good guy on social media.
So
Basically,
guys like Ryan, Andy, guys like that are
I think
guys who
that's
you
what
think hit it.
I see it as. I mean, you find drivers that just tweet about working out and having meetings.
No big deal.
So I think those guys want the attention for being a race car driver, and I feel like guys like us enjoy being a race car driver and feel fortunate for it. So we try to share those experiences, but then we show that we have a life as well, just like everyone else.
Yeah.
And we love the life that we live
Yeah,
and feel fortunate for it.
I absolutely agree, and I've kind of, because Sean has been a social media kind of person, but for race teams, not for his
I'd
personal
never do it
self.
for myself. It's always
So
for
on
teams.
this trip, we've kind of built his account up a little bit because
Huge.
we need people to like.
I'll give you a follow.
I have like 24 followers.
Yeah,
Make it
solid.
25.
And if you Twitter audit me, 100%, my friend.
So at Sean
100%.
at Sean Heckman on
Okay.
Twitter, if you will.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram at?
Well, I wanted to get Seanstagram, but it was taken. Exactly. I actually don't even know what my Instagram
Weird.
is. I put like 3 posts
Just
out,
look
and
up
Tommy
at-
Kendall likes all of them. That's
Yeah.
all I care about.
So at Sean
So I'm
Heckman.
good as long as Tommy keeps liking my photos.
We started talking about how I get because I use it so much, I get paid to do
I'm
it
Sean
for, like,
dot Heckman on Instagram.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a good one to
Yeah,
get.
I like how you don't have a picture though for your.
Oh, should I? You know what, can I just put Ricky? Can I use you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Ricky. Okay, let me just get a
Why not
photo.
just my shirt?
Let me get it.
Yes.
Yeah, with the. All right, hold on. Let me do this. And I'm serious.
This is awesome.
No, are you cool with it? Can I just use you as my? Okay.
Yeah. So
All
if
right.
you listen to this,
This is a winner.
that's your picture
Yeah,
now.
that is so.
Yeah.
I'm officially Ricky Taylor.
You're gonna get like hundreds of
Someone- they're
followers,
gonna be so
and then people are like,
confused.
"Wait, why is Ricky posting the pictures of this weird guy?"
That's
And what's-
hashtag Ricky's friend.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? Because like once we're done with this trip, I'm gonna forget all about Instagram. And like 2 years from now, somebody's like, "What's up with the Ricky Taylor thing?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
You know?
So I've kind of, because we've had way too much time together for the last
30 days.
whatever it's been.
Gosh.
Like I'll just be, to keep myself awake while driving, I'll just start talking to Sean even if he's paying attention, and I'll just be telling him things that drive me crazy. One of
There's
which
a lot.
Yeah, I get very angry. No, it was all the things you see on social media that people post of things that are totally awesome, but then they have to act like it's not a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because
It's
I,
cool.
I
Oh,
always
yeah.
do this.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
this
cool.
like casual douche is what I've been calling it. You know, because it's like just flew into space, no big deal. And you're like, that's a really big deal, sir. Like you should be freaking
you
out
should be
right
excited.
now. Yeah, or like always good to see the Yankees play, and you're front row. It's like you don't get those tickets every day. You know, it's like it's not always good. It's amazing. Like
Yeah.
stop acting like it's not always like that.
It's real.
So Sean,
That is awesome.
so we've kind of gone the other direction with Sean's Instagram pictures. Like he's in front of like gas stations at like 3 a.m.
Oh, I saw something. Did you retweet it?
Yeah, most
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, I was at the world's largest
I was
truck
wondering,
stop
like,
in
why is
Iowa.
that such a big? Maybe it was famous. I didn't know if it was famous.
No,
Or not.
no, it was the world's largest truck stop in Iowa.
It's the opposite.
No big deal.
No big deal. And so we're gonna go.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a
Go,
good
That's
go
idea.
my
that
new thing.
direction.
That's
and
a good move.
Spirit Airlines.
I've also taught him the squad goals, which I don't even know what that really
squad
means.
I'd never heard of this till a week ago.
But now he's like everything he posts is squad
Squad
goals,
goals.
and it's none of it has anything to do with groups of people. Yeah, so it's just my way of giving back to the community.
exactly.
That's good.
Well, welcome, world.
Community needs it.
Stuff that drives me crazy, like just like pictures that you took of yourself where you're pretending to not take. You know what I mean? Like you're driving,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like the pictures from here.
Oh my god!
It's like
Snapchat. That's Shelby. That's his move, right?
Shelby Blackstock.
You did it.
He
You
does
posted
that.
one like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, I'll be like, Shelby move. Yeah. But I don't get that. It's like we all know who took the photo.
Yeah.
The only person I know
It's
that
just
has
awkward.
an actual photographer to do that stuff is Lewis Hamilton.
I saw you talk about that.
Yeah.
Wait, he has a photographer
He
following him?
like
Must.
he'll be like asleep on the
No.
plane. He'll be asleep on his plane. There's only like 2 people on it. He's asleep,
He's got a
and it's
picture.
like full on like in his sleep throwing deuces.
Hashtag Team Ellie.
Yeah, and then I'm like, how hard does the guy laugh when you're like, hey, can you get a picture of me sitting on the steps of my jet? And he's like, again? We just did that yesterday in Hungary.
Oh, I want that job.
But he does. Oh, it's got to be a
I
real
want that
thing.
job just for the hate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, okay, I get it. Like, but I agree. We were just talking to somebody about this, and they actually said it. They're like, yeah, because you're not trying to brag. You're trying to bring your friends or
Yeah,
followers
exactly.
with
You want to share it.
Yeah,
That's
'cause,
what
like,
social media should be about. Is like sharing your experience.
Yeah, like I can't believe I got to do this.
Yeah.
Come check it out with
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
It shouldn't be about like showing how cool you are.
Whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that's not your Ferrari. Stop it. You know, like let it go. Speaking of social media, did you see a tweet from Cooper McNeil after Petit Le Mans?
Oh, I
Did.
screenshot it. I've still got it. Man, I said that to everyone.
Do you guys know? Ricky's street cred just went up. Yeah.
I screenshot that, man.
Yeah. I actually like Cooper and have always gotten along with him really well. That tweet was kind of shocking to me because I never perceived him to be that way.
Yeah.
But isn't that kind of like the problem with social media now? Like with
yeah.
what we're doing
It
is like,
is.
and obviously in his situation, it's very awkward
Yeah.
because his father's sponsoring the future
Yeah.
series. But even Bill Riley was saying that like years ago, if a BOP or a ranking thing, that kind of situation came out, you'd be like, I got to go through my Rolodex.
Yeah.
Find Jeff
Contact.
Braun's number and
Yeah.
call Jeff and be like, did you see this? And then like 2 days later, he'd call you back and be like, what do you want? You know? And he's like, now it's like, don't like that. Facebook post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
easy.
and we know for a fact because we do a lot of like IMSA media days.
Right.
And we'll talk to their social media people, and the guy quit last year because of all the hate stuff. Like,
Or he went to work for NASCAR.
or he changed. Yeah, he
just
asked
like-
to
Oh,
be
you're talking about Mike.
repositioned.
Mike.
Was
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, so it's obviously influencing the series, the social media stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's working against us.
Right.
I loved last year the petition. That was
I got in trouble for that one too.
yeah for the seatbelt thing.
Why'd you get in trouble?
From someone else, not from IMSA.
Oh, from like a
From
manufacturer
a media
rep or
guy.
something.
No, a media
Oh
guy.
yeah, during a guy from a media guy in racing.
Yeah. He emailed me like a 500-word essay.
How unprofessional.
Like
it was.
you shouldn't be saying stuff like this, and you need to be careful of your brand. Whatever.
What was your take on
I
that?
said people should approach do it in a private manner,
Yeah.
or like something like do
Yeah.
it privately with the series. You don't need to do it publicly
Right.
to get it done.
Right.
And they're
The
like,
opinion of a professional, you mean?
what?
Like a professional
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the guy went off on me.
What?
Yeah, I didn't name anyone's names. I just
Right.
said generically, if you want to get something done, do it privately and
Right.
professionally. Don't do it publicly.
I can say
That's actually the right approach.
I can
That's what I
say-
thought.
yeah, who
I thought it was a great
Who would
tweet.
come down on you for
Yeah.
that?
I can say 100% sincerity that everything I've ever ranted about, like against the series, is after I went through the proper channels and got either nowhere or no response.
Yeah.
I was like,
Exactly.
okay.
Then it's
Yeah.
then it's okay.
And you know what happens? You get a response.
Well, so on the Cooper deal, though, like you guys are in a sort of a similar boat because you're both sort of kids of racing, so to speak. You know,
Yeah.
second generation, third generation, and you know, Cooper, in my opinion, is a good dude. And
Yeah.
And do you look at like the crap he's gotten with any sort of sympathy? Because I mean, I don't think either of you would do something like that. But you know how easy it can be to send the wrong tweet
That's
out
the
without
problem with
thinking
social
about it.
media is-
Yeah, it's like, oh, you
It's out
kids
there.
don't know.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
oh, your dad did it. You know.
Yeah.
So do you have a lot of sympathy?
A little
for
bit,
Cooper?
yeah. Because I mean, everyone makes a mistake like that. He was probably just hot.
Heat of the moment.
Yeah. And he tweeted it like right after the race.
Yeah.
So like it was funny because Ricky was even watching me. I had written out a tweet, deleted it, written out a tweet,
Yeah.
deleted it, written out a tweet, and I didn't post anything thankfully after the race, and it would have been something exactly like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like not like that, but it was everyone was like half the paddock was upset after the race, half the paddock was happy. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is every race.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
But neither of you have ever gotten to talking to about anything you've ever posted.
oh,
don't
From
think-
who?
From anybody, from
Oh.
your dad, from anybody who has influence on your career in the sense
Yeah.
of sponsors.
I don't post that risky of stuff.
Ricky's like, beautiful day.
yeah.
I don't think so.
Look at my pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hanging
Working
out
out again, no big deal.
Yeah.
Hashtag driver.
Driving DPs, whatever. Squad goals. It's like a crew picture, like a team photo. He's like, squad goals. Yeah. Please
Back
stop.
in the office.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God, that is the
Another
worst
day in the
one.
office.
The Office. That one I cannot abide.
Yeah.
I
posted
hate
a picture
that.
last year saying this is a race car, not an office.
I think you did the same thing.
Red Bull F1 created like a full like thing. They're like, you know, this is an office. No one wants to go to an office. This is an F1 car. Everyone wants to go to an F1 car. You know, it's this really good thing. And it's like, yes, thank you. Like, stop belittling it. Yeah. The office thing's so funny to me because, as we know, like so many people have to pay money to race, which
Yeah.
is fine. But then they're douchey about it because they're like, in the office.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, can you imagine working at like JC, you know, Chase Bank or something? And it's like,
And you're in an office.
yeah, and you're like, okay, I gotta write this $1 million check, and I'll do paperwork all day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, man, this is great. Get the bag groceries, $10,000. Here you go, Ingalls. You know, like, Sean's like writing checks to edit videos.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
that's-
all right, $2 million. I can edit for
I
years.
can finally not sleep. So. What else can I pay to be underappreciated for?
Back in the office. Oh God, no. We have a reoccurring theme on the show, which is a pass-along question.
Are you on Wikipedia?
Nope. I mean,
Jordan said a Wikipedia page?
no, I do.
What are you
for
doing
sure.
over there?
No, I do. I have.
Do you have a Wikipedia page?
Someone made it.
So do you,
yeah.
Ricky.
Yeah,
I do too.
yeah, you both do.
Wait,
And you're also playing
yeah.
for the Broncos.
I didn't know you were. Yeah, I honestly, I didn't know you were born in the United Kingdom.
I'm a 150-pound linebacker.
third string, bro.
What I love is that you just said 150 pounds like that's big.
No,
No, I said like-
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
no. Yeah.
Like, let me tell you about big, my friend.
I'm a beast.
I'm trying to trim out.
Beast mode. No big deal. 150 LBS.
If you want entertainment, go to, because he's clearly never managed to go to Patrick Long's Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
all about stock cars. Like, he's clearly
Oh,
never
really?
touched.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
he
like-
once did this at a K&N race and this at an ARCA race, and he's a Porsche factory driver.
Yeah, there's like a blip that's like won a sports car race, and it was like finished 13th in the K&N 450. And you're like, what? No.
Well, I know one of the Pratt & Miller engineers got on Johnny O'Connell's Wikipedia page and put heaviest GM factory driver.
Man.
So Gustavo Yakiman was named by Andy Lally as, without hesitation, we're like, Andy, if there was one driver you could punch in the face. He's like, Gustavo Yakiman. Like, without, okay.
Yeah.
So is there, Ricky, is there a driver you would punch in the face if you could?
As many bad things as everybody says about Gustavo, he's actually such a nice person.
Meh.
Like when you talk to him. But man, if I could
Whatever.
punch one person.
Oh, man. Who's going to listen to this thing now?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Probably not Yakiman.
I mean, I put Townsend Bell on the wall this year.
Why?
Townsend Bell.
Townsend Bell for sure.
Wow.
I'd punch him in the face.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What's
But he knows I would punch him in the
what's
face.
going on with you in Townsend? Let's get into
Townsend, let's just say,
Can I make a recommendation? You should do it. And then when it's like, what happened? Look at him, point at yourself, and go, what you got?
what you got?
What you got? What you got?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, he's a continental guy.
Is it just like he's disrespectful with
No
faster
respect.
cars?
No respect.
Yeah.
And I've driven GT for years, and like feel like that's where I kind of grew up. So like I respect all the GT drivers, and know what you can do in a GT car to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And not lose time, but
And also, you know how the pros of GT
do it.
deal with traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
You got.
And they don't get in the way.
Right.
Like everyone's going fast, and you come across him, and at Laguna he pushed me off the track. Every race he'll do something and just block like blatantly.
What about on the flip side of that kind of argument, or discussion, I should say? Who is it for you in the Corvette camp that you get to see their data? You know, like how good they are. That you're like, man, this guy is
Garcia.
I always think he's like the guy, right?
It's so weird. He's the quietest.
Yeah.
Under the radar.
Zero public perception.
Yeah.
Just
No
like,
one like shows him a huge amount of respect because he's so quiet. But man, he is unbelievable.
When people ask me who the best GT guy is, I often say like I think Garcia is probably one of the best.
So
and people are
underrated.
like, the Corvette guy?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I told that to someone else the other week, and they're like, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, right.
It's weird.
But the dude's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
like the big thing in the Corvette is like the tire and learning how to use the Michelin to get the most out of it. And man, he is like incredible, especially at Le Mans. Like in America, he's good and everything, but you go to Le Mans, and it is unbelievable.
Right.
Because you're adapting to the track because it's changing every stint because it's public roads, and the conditions are always changing. But he figures it out faster than everyone else. He's always on it. His feedback's always great, and he's got a great relationship with his engineer, so they work so well together. And it's kind of like this power couple now,
Right.
and they're going to be really hard to beat.
So on that same token, for you, let's say the DP class,
Yeah.
because you've been Westbrook's teammate, you've been this dude next to me's teammate.
Yeah.
You've driven with Angelelli, you've driven with a bunch of really good guys. Who is it that you've either raced with or against that you're like,
I've only driven with good people.
bummer?
Yeah. I mean, Richard was really fast.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got different things. Max was super good on old tires. He's super smooth, super precise, and super technical. Jordan's the best at fuel saving that I've ever driven with. Like, he can do really good lap times saving fuel, and he's obviously really solid and really fast. But Richard was always like just practice. Like in practice, every lap was a qualifying lap. And we had one year at Daytona where we were trying not to do a lap time
Why not?
because of certain reasons. we knew we had a good package, or all the Corvettes, and so you'd see like some people, like Fittipaldi was terrible. He would come down.
You mean
on the
terrible
front-
at keeping it under off
Yeah.
the radar?
Yeah.
He'd come on the front straight, and you hear ball,
Shutting it off at the start-finish line.
ball,
Yeah.
That's a guy with an ego who wants everyone to know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everyone
Not
knows.
sandbagging.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did a 40.5 with that
The
lift.
brake at start
Oh
finish.
my
Yeah,
goodness,
yeah, yeah.
he is good. But Richard would not do that. He would just flat out the whole lap, every lap of the entire season.
And didn't
It
get
was-
fired.
Didn't get fired, and he has a serious temper on the radio.
Does he?
It is very
I love
awesome.
that guy. I
It
think
is
that guy's
awesome.
the
Oh,
man. I'd
man.
love
Yeah.
to.
He doesn't care what
That's-
anybody thinks.
We need to get. Can
No,
we
he
get a
is
copy of that
fantastic.
somehow? Because that would be just amazing.
Yeah, him versus Lally.
Oh,
I was like, who's worse?
Yeah.
You guys are pretty 50-50 on starting and closing, right?
Yeah.
Jordan probably finished more this year, but
Yeah, it switches.
yeah.
So on the opening stints, and I'll put it to you, Ricky, on the opening stints, you have whoever's doing the opening stint has to, especially like in GTD, for example, you're the guy having to lap the AMs in GTD or in
Yeah.
GC. Who can you trust in the AM category?
Well, yeah, that's
John
it's
Potter.
tough. John Potter is the best.
Okay, good.
No, seriously. I mean, he's not bad. I'd say Townsend Bell or
Bill Sweedler.
Bill Sweedler hasn't learned the best habits from Townsend
From
Bell.
Bill, yeah.
That is true.
Really?
I noticed that as well. He's got a teacher issue.
I like Bill Sweedler.
but they're
Just
not-
putting that in there.
They're not.
Actually, I did too. I spoke to him after
Yeah,
championship.
they're nice guys.
He's a good dude. Well, Bill's cool.
But I mean, they're not bad. The gentlemen, I think they're looking after everything because they
Yeah.
know what they have to
They
do.
know who to give the car
So
to. Yeah.
it's actually harder for the pro. It's harder when the pros get in. Lally's one of the hardest guys to pass.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't make it easy.
Would you want to punch him in the face?
No, because he's respectful. and he doesn't
He's
block.
still respect.
He does
yeah.
it in a way.
It's hard to pass, but he's respect. Like, if you're there,
He's not going to stop you in
there.
the
Yeah.
apex.
Yeah,
If you're in, you're in.
You know that he knows you're there, and
It's predictable.
you
We're
know,
going to tell him
he's-
you talk major.
So what's that?
We're going to start some.
Okay.
Say,
I mean,
can you
he
repeat
probably
these
knows
words?
he's hard to pass too.
Please repeat these words for me. Asshole. I hate. Just in any order.
You'll piece them together.
I was gonna say, well, now's a good time to let you know we got Andy Lally right outside. Andy, come on in.
He's practicing his martial arts.
Like he's wearing his jujitsu gi.
But yeah, the M's aren't bad. The pros are harder, I'd say for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the most frequent question I get, and it's not even my thing. It's definitely you guys who came up with it. Is when are you going to be in another music video?
Oh my gosh, I know.
Did we text you the lyrics that we'd written?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
that was coming along
we
well.
still got him in the room there in the office.
It's
That's
outdated
that's
now.
what happens in the office.
we were writing music video
It's
lyrics.
like music video screen grabs and like movie plots. Like, okay, we'll start here in the paddock.
The projector screen drops down
Yeah.
and all the notes come out. Yeah, I mean,
It's
we don't have any
outdated now,
plans,
but-
yeah.
So our last guest, as you guys, I think
Yeah,
we've told you both, that
Bill
we do a
Riley.
pass along segment where the previous guest asks the next guest the question, and you guys will do the same. So Bill Riley, we had.
He must have like
This
bad
is going to be
stuff
bad.
on
Yeah.
Anytime you were mentioned, he's like, we're like, the Taylor brothers. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, he's like, yeah. Like, cut me off. Like,
oh
yeah.
gosh.
So his question for you was, the last time those two had a fight that involved tears, what was it about,
Oh man.
and who won?
Man, that must have been a long time ago.
Is the poop socks, wasn't it?
I mean, I can't even remember. Could have been something with our
Jordan, at the end of the day, won every fight as a kid.
Yeah. You guys must get.
He
in
used to
fights.
bite me on the back.
Oh, that's true. That's a good.
He used
That's,
to-
that's
Jordan
one
used to
Wow.
that could have happened.
Man.
That ended in tears.
Man.
I bet
Jordan-
Ricky on the back.
Ended in his tears because he's got in big trouble.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. You
I
probably
got it.
felt horrible later.
I still hear about that story.
Yeah.
Were you on bath salts? It's gonna happen. We're in
I
Florida.
wish I had that excuse.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Yeah.
It's Florida. Things happen.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That was in Australia.
Oh, Australia.
Visiting
yeah.
family.
Visiting
Oh, this is like
Bit him on the
2 or
back.
3 years ago.
I think you took the basketball from me 2 years ago.
No, we were playing cricket.
We're playing cricket.
Playing cricket.
It's like a fouled up driver change. You're
And
like,
I'd
that's
like
it.
Right through the suit.
Get in the seat. Get in the seat.
But I mean, you're brothers. You must get in fights.
I mean, not that ended in tears. That one ended in tears. Both of us were crying. He was crying out of pain. I was crying because I got shouted at.
Not that it was wrong.
Yeah.
You
Not
got
that
in
I
trouble.
felt horrible. I hurt my brother.
And he
My
didn't have
only
he didn't have a trash
brother.
can to pee in.
Right. He's like, I got to take this out somehow.
I gotta fight him.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to pee in the hotel.
They don't
trash
have
can.
trash cans in Australia.
Yeah.
I gotta sleep in this room. I gotta pee in the toilet.
Have you guys ever peed in the seat?
Oh,
He
yeah.
has.
Oh man.
I thankfully didn't have to drive after him though.
Okay, that
I
was-
finished at Coda this year, and so while Jordan was in the car, I was getting an IV because it was super hot,
Yeah.
And like I'd been sweating a lot, and I hadn't been feeling really good, so I got an IV, and I'd never had an IV before a race before, and I guess they said they used the biggest needle they could use, so it went in fast.
Right.
And Jordan was in the car, and before he got out of the car, I peed 3 times.
Right.
And then I was standing on the pit wall, which will lead to another story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the yellow comes out. I'm like, can I go to the bathroom real quick? I'll be 5 seconds for the 4th time. They said, no, you got to go. And so I got in the car. Okay, I may or may not have peed a little bit on the pit wall, just like relieve a little bit of the pressure and the nerves. So I got in. And
Guys, we have an oil leak. No, we don't.
and
Smell it.
I got in the car. So I got in, and I don't know if you've ever tried to pee in the car.
I have, and nothing happened.
But yeah,
too.
it's
Yeah, I was
happened
like,
to me
fine,
too.
I'm doing this. Damn it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
For some reason, no matter how hard you push, it doesn't come out.
Right.
And so luckily, it gets to be painful.
Yeah.
But you can't make anything happen. So the yellow came out luckily, and I was able to shift my body in a certain way, and managed to get the flow going. Once the flow started going, there was a lot
Right.
there, and I sweat a lot in the car, and so when Jordan gets in, it feels squishy in the
Gross,
seat,
yeah.
and it felt like that afterwards. It was bad, but
Yeah.
I think everyone was happy, or Jordan and Max were happy they didn't have to get in after me from that
Yeah.
one. But Jordan has a story about Max from Daytona.
Yeah. Like 2013, I think he was the last one in the car, and the last into the race we were second, so Max was getting in, battle for the lead, and he's known for peeing in the car. And
That's what he likes to do.
And he's standing on the pit wall. The engineer jumps down to like give him the last little debrief. Looks down by his feet, and his feet are all wet. So thinking maybe it's just water. He's about to get in, doesn't want his feet to slip off the pedal, so he wipes his feet off.
The engineer did.
Yeah, not thinking about anything.
Oh,
Wipes
man.
them off.
Right.
Max gets in, goes. Engineer gets back on timing stand, goes about his day. A week goes by. Max says, I peed on the pit wall and he wiped up my pee. And like you think about it, he wiped up his pee, then he went on with his day. So
Yeah,
he was just doing everything with his hands, probably eating and stuff.
Right.
It's a 24-hour, so you're not going to go to the bathroom.
There's no time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's-
I think there's still payback coming to Max on that.
Max actually was so well known for being in the car and needing to pee before, because he does IVs whenever he can.
Okay.
And so he's always going to the bathroom.
He's like 90 years old now.
And that,
So,
yeah, he's got bladder issues and whatever. So the team actually got him. I don't know where you get it. It's a portable urinal. It's a handheld urinal.
Yeah.
And they leave it in the back of the timing stand in Max's locker. And so if he needs to pee, he can just pee in
Yeah,
this little
take care
urinal
of
in the back of the thing
Yeah.
with the tent closed. So people wonder what goes on back there.
Right.
That's what's going
It's
on.
Max just peeing all the time.
That's why it's closed
Yeah.
off. And we had a SunTrust guest open the flap.
Oh,
Yes.
man. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Yeah, they saw the little axe.
Yeah, but took my joke. That's what I was thinking.
That would have been really quick because that's been in the holster
Yeah,
for a long time.
I've had that one. Sorry. Sorry to steal the thunder.
So tomorrow we'll be having lunch with Tommy Kendall.
Yeah.
Obviously doesn't need much of an introduction. Anything you could think to ask him? We could do one question each if you want.
I mean, I know he and Dad had a lot of stuff going on back in the Intrepid days.
Yeah.
A big rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Applebee's, right? Wasn't that your
Applebee's?
dad's car? Was the Applebee's
Uh,
car?
No,
Was
he
it?
was EDS, or
Oh,
it was in the
EDS.
Intrepid.
You guys, your dad was definitely the Applebee's guy at one point.
Was he?
Yeah. I could've
Olive
sworn.
Garden.
No, that was like way later.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you guys are
Really?
the. I have like a Wayne Taylor Applebee's
Applebee's?
hat.
No
I swear
way.
I do.
If
Well,
my dad drove an Applebee's car, I would be shocked.
I want to ask him something about his mullet, though. Because mine was a real mullet. And it took a lot of time to grow it. And he still gets a lot of credit for his mullet, which was a fake mullet.
Mullet rivalry.
As
So
a
I
hairstyle.
think...
And in fairness, your mullet was commitment.
Oh, yeah, it was 18 months.
I mean, that's why I respected the joke,
Yeah.
because you had to go grocery shopping with that shit.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
People think it
exactly.
was like funny, but only people at the racetrack
Yeah,
knew about
exactly.
it.
You're just some Floridian, basically.
Yeah, and I had to
anywhere
live
else.
my life like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're just
Citizen
blending
mullet.
right out here in Western Florida. So anyway, mullet.
Mullet, I think Tommy, I want to know. Actually, what can I ask him about it? I mean, does he feel
How do you
like
live
it
with
was a
yourself?
true rivalry, or would you like?
Do you know who I am?
Do you believe that I won the mullet rivalry because
Oh,
mine was a real mullet?
You know what? You're right. It was Tom Milner. It was
Oh,
It was
really?
Tommy's dad that had the
Oh,
the
cool.
Applebee's
Applebee's?
cars. Yeah, I knew it was one of you guys.
He messes
Huh.
up his second gen drivers all the time.
Yeah, just part of my thing.
They're all the same.
Shoot, Tommy Kendall.
I like the mullet thing though. Who do you
Yeah.
think won that war? 'Cause
Yeah, that's the question.
And Tommy's a really good friend, but I'm giving that one to you because
Yeah,
that's
thank you. I
commitment.
appreciate
That
it,
is
yeah.
commitment. I'm sorry, Tommy, but
Yeah,
but
he
Jordan
got
wins
a
it.
lot of press out of it. but I think
wait a second. I'm sorry. I wasn't wrong.
What I like is
Applebee's?
that
Applebee's.
Jordan's talking, and you're still obsessed with not being
I
wrong.
didn't even write down his question.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Like,
write down
I
his
can't be
question
wrong on
because I'm
something.
like, well, I have a hat. Like, it's one of those old like terrible hats that has like the rope.
Yeah.
on the top
those
of the
are
bill.
great.
The old
Yeah.
Pirelli hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be the Wayne Taylor Donka.
Oh, that's not the main sponsor though. Danka. Danka's the main sponsor.
Look at the
Come on.
side of that car, man. The logos are the same size.
Trade sponsor, man.
Was the
Come
blue
on.
and white?
It's white.
Think-
Yeah, it's white
yeah,
and big blue.
I like how this guy's trying to tell me like I can't see the picture.
I can see it. It's just not.
What was it? It was a spice.
I think it's spice. Yeah.
Let's see.
Hang on.
You can't- oh wait, was it not an Intrepid?
No, it said it was a
Like that?
spice there. Yeah. So I thought it was the Intrepid, but So,
Oh yeah, it's not
yeah,
Intrepid. Yeah.
yeah, Wayne Taylor, first name listed there. Weird.
Whatever.
And then on this next picture, you can see Donka and Applebee's are
That's
the same
Tom
size.
Milne. Oh, it's Wayne
And then look,
Taylor.
Applebee's on the doors and there, like the top. Look at the background. You see the trailer says
Whatever.
Neighborhood Bar and Grill.
He probably hated that car.
He's like, that car was not a good car. If it helps Jordan win.
Yeah, I think that's a
So,
good question.
I don't even.
I think it's a very
I don't even
good
know what the
question.
question is.
The
'cause I was-
question,
I was
if you
looking up your-
were
were
listening
paying
to your
attention.
guest,
I was trying to win.
so well, that's his question.
Yeah.
Is who wins the mullet rivalry in his mind?
Yeah,
And I will say I'm declaring personally Jordan the winner
Thank you.
because you committed.
Okay, and now Ricky.
Shoot, I don't know.
What about like him and Dad's biggest run-in?
Yeah, what did you?
Which is good
What
because
do
then
you
we
hate
can
about
hide
my dad
behind
the
you when we
most?
ask.
My dad must have been so annoying to drive with.
Yeah, he really must.
What was
have
the
been.
the biggest like
What was the most annoying thing?
the most annoying thing my dad did as a teammate?
That's a good opener.
He's like, I used to poop in my socks.
That's where Jordan learned it.
Jordan would come home from school and poop in my socks. So I'm gonna do that to my teammate.
That's gonna be the weirdest beginning of a podcast.
Nope.
No.
No, I mean, yes.
Yeah, I was like,
But,
I think it is actually. If I had to guess.
Lally's opener for the whole show will be a little strange, but they're
way of putting it.
equally juvenile.
Oh man.
You could edit this whole thing down to just poop and pee and
Yeah, and we've won if we do
Yeah.
that. I feel like.
It's a great podcast.
So, I mean, I'm happy if you are, Ryan.
Yeah.
When when the opportunity to do a podcast or something that's a little more unstructured comes up, what's the thing you guys wish people really knew about you?
I think people get the wrong idea about me from social media. I mean, I'm
Like you're too
I-
much of a jerk off, or
like
what?
you're seeing the social media side of me, but like my mom sent me an article a long time ago that it's called an outgoing introvert.
Uh-huh.
So
I
like
get that,
most
yeah.
of the day I am an introvert,
Sure.
like quiet, shy, don't want to be with anyone. I eat
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah.
I eat 90% of my meals by myself,
Sure.
and I'm fine with it. And then in certain situations,
Yep.
I'm outgoing. And most people, when I tell people like I'm usually introverted, no one believes me.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
the one thing.
yeah, Jordan. Yeah.
What about you, Ricky?
He'll admit it. Like I'm usually not like this.
No, Jordan at like in high school. Well, Jordan always hated school. Jordan's always been only about racing,
Yeah, no, I hear you.
and I
Did you
think as
totally-
all of us have been.
Did
but-
you give him a hard time in high school? Was he getting swirlies?
No, well,
Yeah.
no, Jordan.
The guy's
They
Jordan
Jordan
probably,
would
thought,
just
they
hang by
probably thought I was
himself
a
the whole
serial
time.
killer. I mean, I was
Do you
so
have a big
quiet.
trench coat?
It's probably this shotgun you had all the time.
Yeah, seriously.
Doesn't
The
that seem
machete.
odd? That seems really odd, right?
What about you, Ricky?
I don't have that problem. Or like the same social media thing. With podcasts, I don't know. I don't know. I've never done one
Podcasts is
before.
what they want to know about you, right? Is
Yeah.
that what you asked?
Yeah. What do you? If there was one thing you were hoping people would take away from this, I'm going to argue it's that you're not Sean Heckman on Instagram.
Which has been a big
That's
problem by now.
definitely-
Yeah.
It's been a month since we did
And
that.
people are confused as shit about that.
They're like, huh. 6 people are like, what?
What?
When did this happen?
And one of them's Tommy Kendall.
Yeah, Tommy going,
That should have been your question.
yeah. Are you bummed that you're not Sean's Instagram photo?
Yeah. I don't wear my own shirts every day. Just tonight.
Just right now.
Just when they make me.
Just right now.
Did you not think about it? And then you showed
No,
up and
no.
it was like,
No,
instant
we
like,
seriously
oh,
have
shit.
to take a
we
picture
actually have to
tonight.
take a picture tonight
For what?
Oh, really?
for the
And
company who makes those shirts.
Who makes them? Let's go ahead and give the plug.
Athlete Originals.
Athlete
Yeah, Athlete
Originals.
Originals.
All right.
Yeah, so like Jordan, I've been at home for the last a week, without talking to anybody. I've
Wow.
been at home by myself.
We've literally had the exact opposite experience.
Do you know how beautiful that sounds to me right
Like,
now?
we're both
It's
just-
been great.
I'm used to, like, when I'm home, like, I eat alone quite a
Yeah.
lot, and I enjoy it.
It's
I,
nice.
I go to the
Yeah.
movies by myself,
Oh,
and
me
I'm
too,
like,
all the time.
oh, it's empty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, I pick the times that I know no one's going to be there, and it's amazing.
And I'm going to argue you probably sing a lot to yourself.
I sing in the car all the time.
Like during that Chicago drive, I took a nap.
Yeah.
I took a nap. It was like 12:30, I just couldn't do it anymore.
I sing in the shower.
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
I kept
sing.
waking up every 40 minutes, just like, you all right? And you'd be like, yeah, and then you'd go back to just wailing a tune.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Well,
So,
not that I don't sing.
You
'cause
sang for
I
7 hours
sing.
straight.
I
Do
totally
you have
sing.
a genre of music that you sing to?
It doesn't matter.
No,
like
he's-
hip hop. Like
yeah, he's-
we had some like
when he wants to
hardcore
be-
rap going.
when you want to be your hardcore.
Yeah, and the actually to a fault.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if I would get in a lot of trouble if I was like playing what I want to play and like singing along. Like, how do you know those words? Like, I don't. They're in the script. I didn't.
You're not allowed to say that word.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't say that word.
Yeah.
So to my defense on this situation, not that I don't sing, but I drove basically 25
Of a 34-hour trip, you probably drove 27 of those hours.
Yeah, and I started at 1 in the afternoon because that's when we finished having lunch with Jill Campbell from Laguna Seca, and it was like, okay, let's go to Chicago and just hit the
yeah.
road.
Yeah.
And Sean has been working his ass off on his other jobs, like his real work, you know.
Things that pay.
You don't make a living doing this?
Yeah, sorry, Derek Walker. No.
I was like, clearly you shouldn't. Yeah. And so I was just like, that's how I keep myself awake. I'm like, I'll just start singing along, having a good old time. But like there's a period right past Salt Lake at about 5:45 a.m. On last Thursday or whatever it was, and I was like, is that a car or am I looking at a nope, that's not a car. There's nothing there. I just didn't know what was going on around me.
Oh, that sounds
That happened to
terrible.
me after Daytona once when I was shooting a TRG documentary years ago. I was filming, and so I was on my feet for the entire race, basically.
Oh.
And so I had a hotel off like Atlantic or something like that. And I remember, it's like this was when the race would end at noon, so it's like 3 p.m. And I'm driving down Speedway Boulevard, and I see a guy running across the street. So I just stopped because I was about to hit him, and it's a post box.
Oh gosh.
2 years ago,
That's scary.
I was at Siebken's, not drinking because I had to go to Milwaukee like as soon as we were done hanging out. This is actually the night Tony Stewart had that issue with the kid.
Yeah.
And we're leaving, and it's now like 2 a.m. And my buddy John Miller and I are both driving. We're going to share a hotel room at the Milwaukee airport. We had separate rental cars. So he was really tired, and I was tired, but he was like out of it. And I'm like, I'll lead. Just follow me, and we'll drive down there. And we get to the hotel, and we're both like, it took forever to check in. I mean, now we're just zombies. And we get in the room, and, there's only one bed. And it's like,
man.
cool. So it's like we basically took the mattress off, and it's like one person sleeping on the box spring, one person on the mattress on the floor, and it just sucked. But like as we both like finally lay down, it's like, oh, cool, we got like 3 hours to our flight. He's like, dude, I didn't want to say this, but for about 45 minutes of that drive, I was pretty sure I was following your race car. He's like, I was behind the 75 for like 45 minutes. Like I'm in a black Camry, and at the time my race car was like neon orange. He's like, for like 45 minutes I was behind the 75. I'm like, well, we made it, man. Thanks for dinner. Continental didn't pay for any of this.
Yeah, they didn't.
I'll expense them the pizza dough.
Yeah, send that,
$2.79.
send that to
dough.
Sherry.
All right.
Well, you're lucky because normally when I come over to Jordan's for dinner, he'll buy the bare minimum just to feed
Yeah, that's true.
however many people are here. He asked
Yeah,
me if he
right.
could buy one dough. I said maybe, which normally I would say no, but normally people leave hungry from Jordan's house. So
Oh,
yeah,
glad
no,
to
I'm
see there's some
Well,
dough.
and then Ricky will bring something and junk and then leave it here for me to have and throw it away. So I mean, it's got pros and cons.
Please end in tears because then we can finally answer Bill's question.
We
So.
got our answer. Pizza.
All right,
Yeah.
well, get a bill together, and Continental's got the check.
I'm finished.
So I got to give Jordan credit. That pizza is actually really, really good. I would happily go back there. So, all right, we're going to sign off here. Another great episode featuring Poop Socks. And there was only one song we could possibly play for this one. It's by a group called Earthworm Ensemble. Features a friend of mine, Paul Lax. It's on iTunes. You have to buy it. It's a song called Pizza Moon.
All right, little dude, it's you and me tonight because Mom went out to see Dave Matthews with her friends, so I'm cooking. I got to tell you, though, I'm no Iron Chef, but one thing I know how to make is a pizza moon.
A pizza moon?
Yeah, a pizza moon.
What's a pizza moon?
A pizza moon is a pizza.
Let's cook a pizza moon.
Let's make the dough. Make the pizza dough. Flour in a sack, and we plop it in a bowl. We water and yeast and flour in a bowl. Pizza moon. Yeah, you know we cooking up a pizza moon. I'm hungry. Round and round you stir the dough. Pound and pound you knead the dough. Form it, roll it, shape it around. It's a ball-shaped orbital lunar mound. Roll it, flatten it, and make it smooth. Now it's looking like a pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon.
Where's the sauce?
Ah, where's the sauce? Gonna make a red sauce. Gonna mix it up old school, super cool. Just like the hills of Sicilia. Just like Grandma Mama, Mamma Mia. Get big red tomatoes. Some onion too. Garlic and thyme. Basil and oregano. Now chop, chop, chop. Mix, 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 mix. In a big iron pan. And put the pan on the stove for the simmer of the sauce of the pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon. You know what? Gotta turn on the flame. Low, low, low. The sauce is simmering, simmering, simmering. Low, low, low. Simmer, simmer, simmer. Slow, slow, slow for 25 minutes.
25 minutes?
Yeah, 25 minutes. Sometimes you have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Yeah. How's the pizza sauce?
How is the pizza sauce?
Gotta be done by now.
Let's look in the pan.
Thick and spicy. Thick and spicy and ready to go. Let's pour the sauce on the pizza.
Pizza moon.
Yeah, a pizza moon. Do you realize we've got sauce on the moon?
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
What about the cheese?
What about the
Can
cheese?
we put on the cheese?
Gotta put on the cheese. Let's get out the grater, open up refrigerator, get the mozzarella cheese, grate a plate of cheese, please. Spread the mozzarella on the pizza, now we pop it in the oven. I can hear the pizza bubbling. Shall we call your cousins? Ooh, that smell! Pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon. Pizza moon. Put the pizza on the table, slice it up and take a spoon of pepper, spoon of Parmesan. How about a drop or two of olive oil? Slice it up from Mommy, Daddy, Nolan, Becca, Rachel, Sarah, Autumn, Mary, Riser, Paul, and Penelope. Sean, Dave, Kid, Donovan, Grayson, all your friends who you play with on the playground. Having a good time, pass the pizza around, take a bite. Ooh, that's hot.
Pizza moon.